It's time to stop tracking for comfort and start testing for clarity. In this video, I'll show you how to shift from static reporting to agile, experiment-driven marketing so your team knows exactly what to create, how to test it, and how to make faster decisions using the right data. Marketing teams everywhere are churning out content and measuring everything, yet still feeling even more stuck. You're staring at dashboards and reports, and even if all those charts and graphs tell you what you've done, you're not sure which numbers actually mean anything to your content marketing. Well, you're not alone. In the face of AI and search engine changes, marketers are at a crossroads of figuring out what to do next. And old performance indicators become just that, a performance, an attempt to prove the value of your marketing efforts. Ever since Peter Drucker's statement, "You can't manage what you don't measure," we've become slaves to performance marketing. We began measuring so much that we became paralyzed to the point where we stopped creating enough content to significantly measure. Hey, I'm A. Lee Judge from Content Monster, where we create content for businesses to help them drive business forward. You know, AI has removed the cost and time barriers from content creation. But instead of unlocking creativity, we're seeing feeds flooded with generic, indistinguishable content. But here's the mindset shift. Quantity and quality are no longer opposites. With AI, we can now produce a higher quantity of quality content, as long as it's designed to speak directly to a specific customer. This is your first hint that doing more with less is not only required, but it's also very possible. According to a 2024 report from Gartner, the average CMO budget dropped from 9.1% to just 7.7% of company revenue, a decline of 15% year over year. That translates to tighter budgets with higher expectations. The result? Instead of innovation, we lean further into measurement, and that results in marketing paralysis. Teams second-guessing every campaign, waiting for the numbers to justify the next move. But here's the truth. Traditional metrics can't tell you what's next. They only tell you what already happened, and that's no longer good enough. It slows you down, kills innovation, strangles ideas, and keeps you from doing anything that hasn't been done, studied, or proven. If this is your marketing method, understand that your brand will always be a follower and standing out is unlikely. So here's the shift from metrics to learning velocity. We're not saying metrics don't matter, but in this new reality, the advantage shifts to teams who can learn faster than their competitors. The future of marketing belongs to those that treat experimentation as a muscle, not a last resort. Because while content marketing is a long game, your learning cycles don't have to be. Yes, it takes time to prove value, but you cannot afford to take a long time to adapt. The faster learners win, and the fastest learners test, iterate, and move forward. That's where AI shines, not just in creation, but in workflow. Use AI to test, iterate, and speed up production, not to replace your voice, but to support it. By the way, I'd love to know if you are already using AI to test your content rather than just create it. Drop a comment below to let us know how you're doing that. Okay, here's your 3-part testing methodology. Here's a simple testing model that turns overwhelmed teams into high-velocity learning machines. First, start with a growth hypothesis. Forget brainstorming from scratch. Start with something you believe, then test it. For example, short-term video with a clear point of view will increase demo requests by 15%. That's just an example, but if you need ideas, use AI to analyze the notes from your sales calls and customer feedback, then turn those into targeted content hypotheses. The insights are already in your company, you just need a system to extract them quickly. All right, your second step is to design micro tests. Think 4 weeks, 1 channel, 1 audience slice, and 2 creative variants. AI can generate those variants at speed, but don't aim for perfection. Aim for human, because the most human content will win. In a sea of machine-polished material, faces, voices, real points of view are your unfair advantage. So yes, use AI to produce, but inject your team's voice, perspective, and stories. That's what breaks the feed scroll. And your third step? Create, review, expand, or kill. Start by defining a single decision metric, something that reflects early engagement, not final sales. For example, demo requests might be too far downstream, so instead, look for signals like saves, shares, replies, or watch-through rates. signs that your content is resonating. Then choose 1 or 2 leading indicators that can tell you if you're heading in the right direction. The goal is, again, to measure interaction, not perfection. And at the end of the test window, usually 2 or 4 weeks, make a clear call. Review to see what showed strong engagement, expand what worked or has potential, or kill the content if it didn't move the needle. And remember, the needle isn't a sales needle. You're testing the content right now. So you're looking for measurement on if the content began to resonate. And here's the critical part. Share what you've learned. Capture your key insights in a short, practical summary for your revenue team to actually act on. Your revenue team is your salespeople, your marketers, and anyone involved in the customer journey. Now, keep it simple. No bloated slide decks. Just what you tested, how people responded, and what you're doing next. Because testing isn't about being right. It's about creating momentum and iteration. Every insight you gather helps you and your team make the next move faster and smarter. Hey marketers, imagine harnessing the power of conversations to elevate your brand's authority and visibility. With Content Monster's podcast production services, you create a platform to connect with executives and subject matter experts, fostering relationships that position your brand as a thought leader. Our expert team collaborates with you to craft engaging podcasts, which can be repurposed into videos and social media content, maximizing your reach across platforms. Don't let content creation challenges hold you back. Partner with Content Monster to transform your marketing strategy and reach more customers. Visit contentmonster.com today to get started. All right, so how do you know if you're measuring it right? Well, before your next test, ask these 3 questions. 1, will this metric lead to a clear decision, such as ship it or scrap it? 2, can the data be refreshed within the test window? And 3, can this insight shape the next experiment? If the answer to any of these is no, then it's not helping you learn, it's just noise. As we adjust to this era of AI, we know that anyone can create content. Maybe not good content, but anyone can create content, so that's not the advantage anymore. Your edge is how fast you learn, how human your content feels, and how tightly you connect it to your customer's reality. When you run lean experiments, communicate fast, and stop chasing perfection, you create a culture that learns in real time. That's not just agile marketing, that's a strategic moat between you and your competition. So here's your homework. Pick 1 hypothesis this week. Launch 1 test, share 1 learning with your sales or revenue team, and then repeat. Drop your test idea in the comments and let's work together to refine it. Oh, before you go, be sure to check out this next video because I promise you it will help you become a better marketer.